Hello friends. In last lecture we were solving questions from exercise 12.3. Okay, so we'll see one more question from that exercise and then we'll move to the uh, properties or the theorem related to the cyclic quadrilaterals. So here is the question that we are going to solve from this exercise. Uh, Page number 645, exercise 12.3, question number 13. Question number 13. In figure, ABC is a triangle. Question is, in the figure, in the figure, ABC is a triangle in which AB equal to AC, in which AB is equal to AC, and P is a point on AC, and P is a point on AC. Through C, a line is drawn. Through C, a line is drawn. A line is drawn, intersects PB, intersects PB, produced at Q, produced at Q. Prove that, prove that angle AQC is equal to 90 plus half angle ABC, 90 plus half angle BAC. Now here one information is given, ABQ equal to ACQ, which is actually not required. Okay, or we can say that if we need that information, that can be obtained from the diagram only. It is not required that it is given in the question. Let us see. Its diagram is given. Okay, ABC is a triangle. First of all, it is given, and it is also given AB is equal to AC. AB is equal to AC. Then this is point Q, and P is the intersection point of this. So they are joining this AQ, and so actually we have to find a relation between angle AQC and BAC, this angle. So let us see how to solve this. This point is point P. Okay, what we have given. Okay, see the information that I skipped, that was ABQ, ACQ, angle ABQ and ACQ. Definitely they are equal because they are in the same segment AQ. So even though this information is not given, we can obtain it from the diagram only. Okay, so given in the figure, in the figure, given in the figure, triangle ABC with AB equal to AC, with AB is equal to AC. Through C, a line is drawn, intersects PB produced at Q. So simply I can say AC and BQ, AC and BQ meet at P, meet at P. Okay, to prove, to prove angle AQC, angle AQC is equal to 90 plus angle BAC by 2. That we have to prove. Let us see how to prove this. Okay, before I give you the proof stepwise, let me explain you in short. See, first of all, we have given AB is equal to AC. As AB equal to AC, definitely angle opposite to these two sides will be equal. That means this angle will be equal to this angle. Okay, let me say this is angle 1 and okay, this is angle 1 and this complete is angle 2, angle ABC. Now, if I apply the angle sum property in triangle ABC, here I am saying this is angle 2 for a while. So, I can say let this is angle 3. So, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 180 and 1 and 2 are equal because AC and AB are equal. So, opposite angles will be equal. So, 1 plus 1 plus 3 is equal to 180. So twice of 1 is equal to 180 minus angle 3. Okay. Or angle 1 is equal to 90 minus angle 3 by 2. Okay. I obtain the measure of angle ACB. Why I took, okay, here I took angle ACB in terms of angle 3 that I need over here. Okay. So actually I obtain a relation between this angle BAC and ACB. Now, okay, let me write that only. This is angle BCA or angle 1 equal to 90 minus angle BAC by 2. I need a relation between BAC and AQC. Now, here I have a relation between BAC and angle 1. So now what I will do, I will find a relation between angle 1 and AQC. Okay. Now, in other words, I can say here I obtain the value of angle 1 in terms of BAC as I have to establish a relation between BAC and AQC. Now, next thing what I will do, I will find a relation between 1 and AQC. Okay, so angle 1 and AQC that I have to obtain now. So, for a while, see, this is AB and in segment AB I have angle AQC as well as in segment AB I have angle 1. So I can say angle A is equal to angle 1, isn't it? These two angles are in the same segment AB. A and 1, they are in the segment AB. Now if I take this as B, these two segments are in BC. So angle B and angle 3. So A equal to 1, B equal to 3. Now A plus B, if I add these two, I will get AQC. So I can say A plus B, A plus B is equal to angle 1 plus angle 3. And from A plus B, that is AQC. AQC is equal to angle 1 plus 3. Now simply from here, angle 1 equal to AQC minus 3. And then by comparing these two, I will get my answer. Now over here, I can do one more thing. This AQC and this ABC are the cyclic, are opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. So I can also establish a relation between AQC and ABC. So that can also be done. So here instead of 2, if I instead of 1, if I write 2, because 1 and 2 are equal. So from here again I can obtain the relation. See, instead of 1, if I write angle 2, 2 minus 90, 2 equal to 90 minus 3 by 2. And at the place of 2 simply I can write 180 minus AQC. So again you will get the required result definitely. Okay. Okay, so let us see how to write it in stepwise. So first of all, I will say that angle 1 equal to angle 2. Okay, in triangle ABC, proof in triangle ABC, we have AB equal to AC, that is given. As AB equal to AC, I can say angle, now I am not writing 1, 2, 3, I'm writing their names completely. Opposite to side AB, we have angle ACB. Therefore, angle ACB is equal to angle ABC. Reason for this, let it be equation number 1, and reason behind this is in a triangle, in a triangle, angles angles opposite to equal side, opposite to equal sides are equal. In a triangle, angle opposite to equal sides are equal. So ACB, angle ACB equal to ABC. Now in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, by angle sum property of triangle, I can write angle ACB plus angle ABC plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degree. Now these two angles are equal. ACB and ABC are equal. So angle ACB, okay, angle ABC plus angle ABC plus angle BAC is equal to 180. So twice angle ABC. Okay, here you can write one reason over here. Angle ACB is equal to angle ABC from first. Okay, so here finally I'll get twice angle ABC. Okay, I'm writing over here twice angle ABC. Therefore, twice angle ABC is equal to sorry plus angle BAC is equal to 180. Okay, so that's it. This is equation number 2. Now AQCB, now AQCB is a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, angle AQC plus angle ABC is equal to 180. Okay, we know this property. Definitely we'll prove this after this, but we know this property that in a cyclic quadrilateral opposite angles are supplementary. So here you have to write the reason. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Okay, that reason you have to write this. So therefore I can say angle ABC is equal to 180 minus angle AQC. Okay, now simply you have to put this value over here. So now put angle ABC is equal to 180 minus angle AQC in second. So twice of, at the place of ABC, 180 minus angle AQC plus angle BAC is equal to 180. So here I will get 360 minus twice angle AQC plus angle BAC is equal to 180. I need AQC equal to that. Okay. So minus of 2 angle AQC is equal to 180 minus 360 minus angle BAC. So here minus of twice angle AQC is equal to minus of 180 minus of angle BAC. Now I will divide throughout by minus 2. So I will get angle AQC is equal to 90 plus angle BAC by 2. Hence proof. Okay, so please note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now after this we'll start theorems related to the cyclic quadrilateral. There are three theorems related to this cyclic quadrilateral. We'll see those theorems and their proofs one by one. Okay, so next theorem, if I talk about the sequence, that will be the theorem number 16th. Okay, the sum of either pair of theorem 16. The sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. Is 180 degree. The sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree. Same theorem can be state in another words that opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So let us see its proof. See, that means we have a circle and there is a quadrilateral which is passing through uh, this circle. That means there is a quadrilateral, all four vertices of that quadrilateral are on the circle. So this is the quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So given quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. To prove what we have to prove, two things we have to prove. Simply I can say angle A equal to A plus C equal to 180 and B plus D. So here prove angle uh, ABC, angle ABC plus angle ADC. ADC is equal to 180 and angle uh, BAD, angle BAD plus angle BCD plus angle BCD is equal to 180. That you have to prove. Okay. Now, any construction is required? Yes, a construction is required. Join AC and BD. Okay. Join AC and BD. Now we'll see its proof. Okay. So here we have to prove the sum of pair of opposite angle is 180 degree. Okay, see, let me explain you in short first, then I will give you detailed solution. See, in triangle ABC, if I apply angle sum property, so can I say angle 1 plus B plus 2 equal to 180 degree? 1 plus 2 plus B is equal to 180 degree. Now, at the place of angle 1, see, angle 1 and angle 3 are in the same segment BC, isn't it? Angle 1 and angle 1 and angle 3 are in the same segment BC. This is the angle subtended by 1 and angle subtended by BC. 1 and 3 are equal. So 3. Now at the place of 2 I can write angle 4 plus angle B equal to 180. Hence proved. Now 3 plus 4 is angle ADC. So we have to prove ABC plus ADC equal to 180. So it is not that much difficult. We'll start from the angle sum property of triangle and then we replace those values. So in triangle ABC by angle sum property of triangle, or before that better to write that angles in the same segment. So here angle 1 is equal to angle 1 is equal to angle 3, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Reason for these two angles in the same segment. Okay, angle 1 equal to angle 3, 2 equal to 4. Now in triangle ABC by angle sum property of triangle, I can write angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle ABC is equal to 180 degree. At the place of 1, I can write angle 3. At the place of angle 2, I can write angle 4. ABC plus ABC is equal to 180 degree. Here I can write reason that 1 equal to, okay, angle 1 is equal to angle 3 and angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Angle 1 equal to angle 3 from first, angle 2 is equal to angle 4 from second. Now at the place of 3 plus 4 I can write angle ADC. So angle ADC plus angle ABC is equal to 180. Hence proved. Now what about the second one? Now you may say that we will go with the same method. Definitely we can go with the same method, but it is not required. We know sum of all four angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree. If sum of two is 180, sorry, sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360. If sum of 2 is 180, but obvious the sum of remaining 2 will be 180. So now in quadrilateral ABCD by angle sum property of quadrilateral, I can write angle ADC plus angle ABC plus angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 360. Now ADC plus ABC, ADC plus ABC is 180. So 180 plus angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 360. So angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 180. Hence proof. Okay, so please note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Now we'll see next theorem, not the next question. Next theorem, theorem number 17th. Theorem number 17 says it's opposite. That means if sum of two opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degree or supplementary, then we have to prove that quadrilateral will be cyclic. Okay, so that theorem is for your homework that you have to do by the method of uh, contradiction. That you have to do by your own. Now we'll see one more theorem, that is theorem number 18th. Okay, not theorem number 18th, theorem number, okay, that is actually theorem number 14th, not 18th. Okay, next theorem we will see, that is again a property of cyclic quadrilateral only. Next theorem is, if one side of a cyclic quadrilateral, if one side of a cyclic quadrilateral is produced, then exterior angle so formed is equal to the opposite interior angle. Is produced, then the exterior angle is produced, then if one side of a cyclic quadrilateral is produced, then the exterior angle, then the exterior angle so formed, then the exterior angle so formed is equal to opposite interior angle. Okay, that means something like this. If we have a cyclic quadrilateral, okay, let A, B, C, D is a cyclic quadrilateral. A, B, C, D is a cyclic quadrilateral, and according to theorem, if one side is produced, so I produced it to a point Q, then that exterior angle so formed, that is CBQ, is equal to angle D that we have to prove. So given ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, okay, AB is produced to Q, AB is produced to Q, angle CBQ is an exterior angle. Now what we have to prove, that this exterior angle is equal to opposite interior angle. It's very easy actually to prove angle CBQ is equal to angle D, to angle D or ADC, whatever that we have to prove. No construction is required, we can prove it directly. So let us see how to prove. See, uh, this angle CBQ plus angle CBA, these two angles form a linear pair, so their sum will be 180, as well as sum of these two is 180. So by comparing these two, we'll get these two are equal. So angle ABC, plus angle CBQ plus angle CBQ is equal to 180 degree. Okay, ABC plus CBQ equal to 180 degree. Reason, linear pair axiom. Linear pair axiom. Now, next angle ABC plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. Reason for this, opposite angles of a cyclic opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary supplementary. Okay, now from first and second, see if in first and second both are equal to 180, so these two must be equal. From first and second I can write angle ABC plus angle CBQ plus angle CBQ is equal to angle ABC plus angle D. Now this angle ABC I can cancel from both sides, so here I will get angle CBQ is equal to angle D, hence proved. Okay, so please note it down. Now after this theorem, now we'll start question related to the properties of cyclic quadrilateral. Now two more theorems are left. Okay, we'll see after some questions. So first of all, note it down. Okay, so now we'll start questions. So very first question that I'm going to take from page 648. Okay, page number 648, example number 2. In the figure, if angle DBC in the figure angle DBC is equal to 70 degree, angle BAC is equal to 30 degree, and AB is equal to BC. Find angle ECD. Find angle ECD. Okay, a diagram is given. Okay, so DC AB. Okay, now here it is given angle BAC is 30 degree. BAC, that means this angle is 30 degree. BAC is 30 degree. AB equal to AC and angle DBC. DBC, this angle DBC, this is 70 degree. We have to find angle ECD, and I think this must be the point E. Yes, this intersection point is E. So we have to find angle ECD or ACD. No need to give this point ACD or ECD is the same thing. That we have to find X. For a while I am considering this is x. So let us see how to solve. Given in the figure, okay, in the figure, angle DBC is equal to 70 degree, angle BAC is equal to 30 degree, AB equal to AC. To find what we have to find, angle ECD, that is x. Okay, so let us see how to find this. See, the very first thing that comes in my mind, that this angle x and this angle are in the same segment, isn't it? They are segment AD, x and this angle. So if I have the measure of this angle, uh, then I can find x. Now here again it is given AB equal to BC. As AB and BC are equal, then their opposite angles will be equal. So this is 30. So this will be 30, isn't it? As AB and AC are equal, so opposite angles will be equal. So this 30. Now, as I told you, to get x, I need this angle. So once I have this angle, then by angle sum property I can find this. So it's very easy. Only you need the uh, basic concept. So let us see its solution. In triangle ABC, we have AB equal to BC. AB equal to BC. That is given. As it is given, so I can say angle ACB is equal to angle BAC. Therefore, angle ACB is equal to 30 degree, because BAC is 30 given. Now, okay, here you have to write a reason. What is the reason? In a triangle, angle opposite to equal sides are equal. In a triangle, angles opposite to equal sides are equal. To equal sides are equal. Okay, now in triangle ABC, now in triangle ABC, by angle sum property of triangle, uh, I can write angle BAC, angle BAC plus angle ABC plus angle ABC plus angle ACB plus angle ACB is equal to 180 degree. At the place of BAC, I can write 30. It is given. At the place of ABC, I am writing angle ABD, plus angle DBC. Again, at the place of AC, I can write 30. That is equal to 180. Therefore, angle ABD plus angle DBC is equal to 120. Now, at the place of ABD, I can write as it is, ABD remains as it is. And at the place of DBC, I can write 70 is equal to 120. So, here I got the measure of angle ABD, that is 50 degree. I hope this is clear. I applied the angle sum property in this triangle. I took all the angles. First I took BAC, then ABC, and then ACB. So these two have 30 degree. I kept, and this angle ABC I wrote in terms of ABD and DBC. And in next step I replaced DBC by 70. It is given DBC equal to 70. So I got the measure of angle ABD. Now angle ABD and X are in the same segment, so they must be equal. So now I can directly write X is equal to angle ABD. Angle ABD. Reasons: angles in the same segment. These two angles are in the same in the same segment. Here we can specify the name of the segment, that is AD. In the same segment AD. Therefore, X is equal to, now at the place of ABD, 50, and At the place of x, I am writing its original name, that is angle ECD. Therefore, angle ECD is equal to 50 degree. So, this is the detailed solution. Please note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now next example number 3, page 649. From page number 649, example number 3. So again here a diagram is given in the figure. If triangle ABC, in the figure, if triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, isosceles triangle with AB equal to AC, isosceles triangle with AB is equal to AC, and angle ABC equal to 50 degree, and angle ABC is equal to 50 degree, then find angle BDC. Then find angle BDC and angle BEC. Okay, so again a circle is given. So let me draw the circle and the diagram, and then we'll discuss how to find the required. Okay, circle is given. Now BC is a chord, then this is point A, this is point D, and this is point E. Okay, so here it is given angle ABC is equal to 50 degree, angle BDC that we have to find, and angle BEC that we have to find. It's very easy. See, ABC is given, and it is given AB equal to AC. However, it is not, uh, they are not alike. So let me make it equal with the help of diagram. Okay, still they are not equal, but okay, little bit they are equal to each other. A Okay, so AB equal to AC. So that means if this is 50 degree, this will be 50 degree. Then by angle sum property, I will obtain the measure of angle A. As soon as I get A, I can say D will be equal to that because these two angles A and D are in the same segment. Now, as soon as I get angle A, I will get D. So the BDC is obtained. Now what about BEC? Now you can say A and E are the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. So they are supplementary. So in that way you will be able to get the measure of angle E as well. So let us see how to solve it in stepwise. So given in the figure, in the figure, uh, in the figure, triangle ABC, in the figure triangle ABC has AB equal to AC, angle ABC is equal to 50 degree, angle that's it, angle ABC equal to 50 degree. To find two things we have to find. First we have to find angle BDC, and second we have to find angle BEC. So let us see how to uh, solve this in steps. So in triangle ABC, in triangle ABC, AB equal to AC, that is given. Therefore, therefore, angle ACB is equal to angle ABC. Reason, in a triangle, angles opposite to equal sides are equal. With that reason, I can say these two angles will be equal. Therefore, angle ACB is equal to 50 degree. Okay. Now, in triangle ABC, by angle sum property of triangle, if I apply angle sum property of triangle, what I will get? Uh, angle angle ACB plus angle ABC plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degree. So 50 plus 50 plus angle BAC is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, finally here I will get measure of angle BAC, that is 80 degree. Okay. Now it's very easy. I got the measure of this angle by angle sum property. Now these two angles are in the same segment BC. So their measurements must be equal. So now angle BDC is equal to angle BAC. Reason, angles in the same segment. Angles in the same segment. You can write the name of the segment, that is BC. Angles in the same segment. So therefore angle BDC is equal to 80 degree. So this is the one value that we obtained, angle BDC equal to 80 degree. Now quadrilateral ABEC. Now quadrilateral ABEC is a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, I can write angle BAC plus angle BEC. BEC is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, 80 plus angle BEC is equal to 180 degree, and hence here I will get the measure of angle BEC, that is 100 degree. Now here reason, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. See, when you get this type of question in MCQ part, this is not going to take much time. But definitely, if you have to write the detailed solution, you have to take care of each and every reason. So here we got the BDC and here this is BEC. So please note down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now next we will see example number 8. Example number 8, page number 650. Let us see. It is given ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral whose diagonals AC whose diagonals AC and BD meet at P. Meet at P. If AB equal to DC, if AB is equal to DC, prove that. Prove that triangle APB, triangle APB is congruent to triangle DPC, triangle DPC. And second that you have to prove PA equal to PD, PA equal to PD and PC equal to PB, PC equal to PB. So let us see. ABCD is a, okay, here diagram is not given. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. That's it. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. AB equal to CD. That is the given condition, and it is also given that diagonals BD and AC meet at point P. So let us see how to prove. First I do write the given quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, AC and BD meet at P. AB is equal to CD. To prove, okay, you can do right to prove whatever is we have to prove. Now we have to prove triangle APB. APB and DPC. These two we have to prove are congruent. See, the only thing is that we have to prove these two are congruent. As soon as we say these two are congruent, AP equal to PC and AP equal to PD and PC equal to PB, we can say by CPCT. So we have to concentrate at how to prove these two triangles congruent. Now if we see two parts are directly given. One we can say AB equal to CD and another one these two angles, vertically opposite angles. These two things are given us directly. Now what we need, any one angle we need to prove. Okay, so we can say this angle and this angle will be equal. They are in the same segment BC. So we'll say triangles are congruent by angle, angle, side. So prove in triangle DPC or sorry in triangle APB, in triangle APB and triangle DPC, angle angle APB is equal to angle CPD, angle CPD, vertically opposite angle. Then here I am writing this angle 1 and this is angle 2. Then angle, better to write this as angle 1 and let this is angle 2. So next is angle 1 is equal to angle 2, reason angles in the same segment. In which segment these two angles are? In BC, in the same segment BC. Okay, and third AB is equal to DC, that is given. Therefore triangle APB is congruent to triangle DPC by angle, angle, side. Hence proved. First thing is proved. Therefore I can write AP is equal to or PA is equal to PD and PC is equal to PB and PC is equal to PB by CPCT. Hence proof. Okay, so please note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now next example number 9. Sample number 9, page 651. In the given figure, if ABC in the given figure, if A comma B comma C and D comma E comma F, D comma E comma F are two collections of collinear points, collinear points, then then prove that AD parallel CF, AD parallel CF. See, first of all, you must understand collinear points. Collinear points are points which are in the same line. So, first circle and this is the second circle. Okay, these are the points which are collinear actually. ABC, point A, B, C, and D, E, F are collinear. So we have to prove AD parallel CF, that we have to prove. So for that we have to join BE. So first of all, what we have given in the figure, A, B, C and D, E, F are collinear points, are collinear points. To prove AD parallel CF, construction join BE. Okay, now let us see its proof. See, we know whenever we have to prove two lines are parallel, we can prove those two lines are parallel either by showing that the co-interior angles are, sorry, um, alternate interior angles are equal, by showing the alternate exterior angles are equal, by showing the corresponding angles are equal, or by showing the co-interior angles are supplementary. So one among these we will use to say that the lines are parallel. Okay, so first of all here ABED is a cyclic quadrilateral, so I can say this plus this is equal to 180, isn't it? Sum of these two angles will be 180 degree. Say this is angle 1 and say this is angle 2. So 1 plus 2 is equal to 180 degree, because these are the uh, points, angles of a opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, now I can say 2 is equal to 3 by the property that exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. So 2 equal to 3. So that gives you 1 plus 3, 180 degree. That means co-interior angles are supplementary. Therefore, AD parallel CF. Okay, so let us see how to prove it in steps. So first of all, points points A, B, E and D, A, B, E and D are on a circle. Therefore, angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Reason: opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Okay. Therefore, angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Now here I have to write the reason. Angle 2 is equal to angle 3, or better to write in a 1 plus 2 equal to 180 degree. Now, now angle, now angle 2 is an exterior angle for cyclic quadrilateral BCFE. BCFE. Therefore, angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Reason: exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. So is equal to its opposite interior angle. Okay, 2 equal to 3. Let it be second. Put mm, put angle 2 is equal to angle 3 in first. Okay, this is not actually required. There, put angle 2 equal to angle 3 in first. So, angle 1 plus angle 2 equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle 1 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. But angle 1 and 3, but angle 1 and 3 form a pair of, okay, here I can write after this, but angle 1 and angle 3 form a pair of co-interior angles with AD and CF, with AD and CF. Therefore, AD parallel CF. Hence proof. Okay, so please note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Next question is example number 10. Example number 10 from page number 651. In the figure, PQ is the diameter. PQ is a diameter of a circle with center O of a circle with center O if angle PQR if angle PQR is equal to 65 degrees, angle SPR is equal to 40 degree, angle PQM is equal to 50 degree, find angle QPR, PRS and angle QPM. Okay, so PQ is the diameter, that is the one information, and measurement of three angles are given. So okay, PQ is a diameter. The very first information that we have, this PQ is a diameter. As PQ is a diameter, definitely this will be center O. Now, other than that, S and R are points over here. S, R, and M is a point over here. Now, angle PQR, that means we have to join this, is given 65 degree. SPR, angle SPR, okay, SPR, this angle is 40 degree, this angle is 65 degree. Angle PQM, that is equal to 50 degree. We have to find angle QPR, QPR, so I am taking it X, that we have to find. Then PRS, that is Y, and angle QPM, QPM, that is Z. Okay, so let us see how to solve this. Given in the figure, PQ is a diameter, okay, uh, with center O, is with center O. Now PQR is equal to 65 degree, SPR equal to 40 degree, PQM is equal to 50 degree. Okay, to find X, Y and Z. Okay, so let us see how to find. See, X is very easy. This angle will be 90 degree. Why? Because angle in a semicircle is 90 degree. So this angle will be 90 degree. So if I have this 90, this is 65. So it is easy to get the measure of X. Okay. Okay, next next we will try to find the measure of angle Y or Z. Okay, so we got the X, now we'll find the remaining angle. Now here it is PQM is 90, actually this is 50 degree, PQM not PMQ. Okay, PQM is 50. Okay, now see, uh, PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral, so this is 65, so we can find sum of these two will be 180. So here I will get the angle S. As soon as I get this angle, by angle sum property I will be able to get the Y. Now we have to think about Z. That is also easy. This PRQM is a cyclic quadrilateral. This angle we have, this angle we also have because we have X, so it is easy to get Z. So let us see how to find it steps. So first I am going to find angle PRQ. Angle PRQ is equal to 90-degree reason angle in angle in a semicircle is angle in a semicircle is right angle with right angle. Okay, so angle PRQ is 90 degree. Now in triangle PRQ by angle sum property of triangle, I can write X plus PRQ plus PQR is equal to 180 degree. X we have to obtain. PRQ is 90, PQR is 65 given. So here I will get X is equal to 25 degree. So here I got the first measurement, that is X, or in other words I can say that angle QPR. Okay, now after obtaining X, now I will try to get Z only because this is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so okay, now PRQM quadrilateral PRQM is a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, angle mm, RPM, for angle RPM plus angle RQM plus angle RQM is equal to 180 degree. Okay, reason mm, opposite angles of opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Okay. Now at the place of angle RPM, see this is angle RPM. At the place of RPM, I can write X plus Z. And at the place of RQM, I can write uh, PQR, angle PQR plus angle PQM plus angle PQM, that is equal to 180 degree. Okay, further I am solving over here. Now among these four angles, that is X, Z, PQR and PQM, we have X, PQR and PQM. So X we obtain 25, Z we need to find, PQR is 65 and PQM is 50 is equal to 180. So from here I can obtain Z. Therefore I can write Z is equal to 180 minus, okay, 60, 70, 140. Therefore Z is equal to 40 degrees. So here I obtain the value of Z as well. Okay, now what? Now I need to get X. Now there are, sorry, now I need to get Y. So to get Y, I need this angle S. And to get this angle S, I will apply the property of cyclic quadrilateral in quadrilateral PQRS. So now quadrilateral PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, is cyclic a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, angle PSR, therefore angle PSR plus angle PQR plus angle PQR is equal to 180 degree. Okay, reason again here, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Okay, therefore now PSR we need to find plus PQR is 65, that is equal to 180. So this gives you angle PSR is equal to uh, 125, 115 actually. Angle PSR equal to 115. Now in triangle PSR by angle sum property of triangle. Okay, now in triangle PSR by angle sum property of triangle, I can write angle SPR, angle SPR plus angle PSR plus Y is equal to 180 degree. Now SPR is 40. Okay. So therefore 40 plus 115 plus Y is equal to 180. Therefore Y is equal to 180 minus 155, and hence Y is equal to 25 degree. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so Y equal to 25. Okay, so I hope you got this concept. See, so many concepts all together we need to get the solution of these type of question. In general, these type of questions you'll get in MCQ part, but definitely in subjective part you also may get this type of questions. So you have to write the reasons wherever it is required. Okay, so here the very first concept that we uh, was a need, that this PQ is a diameter and angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. So here we got that angle PRQ equal to 90 degree. Now why I needed that? Because I was in need of X, and I can see in this angle if I have one angle that is PRQ, it is easy to get the unknown, that is X. So uh, So here I got this with the help of this concept. It is angle in a semicircle is right angle. So here I can say this is the very first concept that I used. Now after obtaining this angle is x, now I thought whether I can get y or z. Now again if I think about y, to get the y I need this angle, because in this triangle if I apply the angle sum property, so to obtain y, so I need this. So the very first thing that came in my mind is this angle is opposite to this angle, and these two are the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, so if I apply the uh, theorem, that is opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary, I can get this. So here I obtain this plus 65 is equal to, however, I first got z and then I came to the y, but you can do vice versa because this is a separate segment. Okay, so here I obtain I obtain angle PSR with the help of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Here I got 115. Then I applied the angle sum property in this triangle. And so here I can say this is the second concept, or this is the second concept, angle sum property of the triangle. And this is the third concept, that is opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Okay, so here I got value of angle PSR, and then again by angle sum property of triangle I obtained y. Now next thing that I was in need of z. So again see x is already I have. Now two things can be done. If I talk about this triangle PQM, so if I have angle M, by applying the angle sum property in this triangle, it is possible to get Z. But I took another way. See, this is 90 degree. This R and M are opposite angles of quadrilateral PRQM. This is 90, so this will be 110. Sorry, this will be 90 as well. Okay, this is again in this semicircle. So this is again 90 degree. No need to use the cyclic quadrilateral. Simply I can use this. So after getting this, I can get Z directly. However, I obtain Z by applying the sum of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree, because at that time I click this only. So this is another way to get Z. In this triangle we have this is 50 degree, this is 90 degree, because in a angle in a semicircle is right angle, and then by applying the angle sum property I can get Z. So again I will get Z equal to 40 only. So here you can say this is the one way to get angle Z, and this is the another way to get the measurement of Z. So I'm conceding that you are getting these concepts. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Okay, so that is all about today. Now we will meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you. Take care. Stay at